will it be an upset from young 22-year-old Riko Gunji? Let's find out. Now the pyrotechnics have started. The countdown has started. And very soon we're going to see An Se-young rise up on that platform.
A part of HSBC BWF World Tour Super 750. Women's singles semi-final.
There's the picture, and there is the player, and what a player she is.
Please welcome An Se-young from Korea.
World #1, Olympic champion, still in her early 20s, and just a benchmark, an example. One of those players that's in any sport where you're just happy to be able to watch her live, because she's really resetting the benchmarks on so many different areas. Would you agree, Steve?
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Now, of the, I think it's 5 tournaments that she's played this year, it's just Singapore where she made the quarterfinals. Every other tournament she's won. But before we get to that, let's look at her competitor, who I actually know very little about, Riko Gunji, 22-year-old Japanese
Riko
women's singles player.
Gunji from Japan. DAIHATSU Japan Open 乗りに乗っている22歳。
Finalist in the Under 15 2016 Singapore Youth International Series. Also played doubles, bronze medalist at the Uber Cup, that was back in 2020. And just one title on the HSBC BWF World Tour, that was in, well, last year, the Indonesia Masters 2, so the Super 100 version. But she's had a smashing run this week, obviously, to make the semi-finals. Third at the German Open, quarter-finalist in Taipei, and the Orléans Masters. They have met before, that was in the German Open 2 years ago. An Se-young won comfortably in 2 games. That's Gunnar Veres. Latvian umpire. And Yu Swan should be in the service judge position. Well, without being unfair to Riko Gunji, this is going to be a very, very, very tough ask for her. Steen?
Yeah, it would be for almost any player. As you mentioned, only 1 loss this year for An Se-young.
Yeah, that was at the Singapore Open. 23 years old now she is, but just the undisputed world #1. Has such a good, I mean, if you haven't heard of her before, and if you've been watching badminton, I find that very hard to believe. But if you haven't, then there is right now no other person on the circuit that has the control, the touch, the feel, the awareness, and the hunger to keep doing better. Ratchnok Intanon in 38 minutes, her compatriot Kim Ga-eun in 41 minutes, and then a fantastic performance against Chen Yufei yesterday in 43 minutes. Means that An Se-young is flawless all week, hasn't dropped a game, and is looking for yet another final. And of course, a second win, as she won in Japan in 23. There's Riko Gunji, now ranked 32 in the world. And her highest ranking has been 30. That was July this year. So she is peaking, but, well, as I said, it's going to have to be a spectacular performance from her if she's going to undermine An Se-young here. Gregoria Tunjung, well, we can understand that, as Tunjung has been out with vertigo for quite a while now. And Chu Ping Chan, that's quite a result. Han Yue, Steen, that was a surprise for me in 42 minutes.
Yeah, the results have been flawless, and that's what's going to be so interesting to see, because this is the first time we see Riko Gunji, the World Junior Champion from 2019 on the biggest stage here. So I'm looking forward to see where she's at.
Yeah. So as Gymnasium as I said, in the umpire's chair, Liu Yuswan is in the service judge position. That is a very good term that you use there to see where she is, because most players, when they play An Se-young, are going to use her as a benchmark to see how good they've become.
Shoji Sato on the left side there from both men's singles international and men's doubles. And
ladies and gentlemen,
men's singles coach together with Takako Ida.
Riko Gunji, Japan.
He was coaching Gucci.
Well, we can't forget, of course, that Riko does have the home support.
And on my left,
good to hear them
An
making
Se-young,
them feel
Korea.
An Se-young is just going to get applause and praise at whichever venue she's
An
at
Se-young
on
to
the
serve,
circuit.
love all, play.
And there's just no chance of An Se-young falling to complacency against opponents, because she doesn't do that. It's as simple as that. She approaches every game with the same amount of focus and concentration.
Service over, 1 love.
And free of injury, of course, this year. Had to play through a knee injury for most of last year.
Wow, did you notice how far back she stood there, An Se-young, when she was receiving the serve?
We have been looking at it from, I suppose, the other end of things, but what she must think of 22-year-old Riko Gunji.
Instead.
Right. Wow.
2 love.
Gunji is sort of the leader of the next batch of. I guess it's wrong to say she's the leader, but she was the first. She was the 3rd World Junior Champion in women's singles. Japan had Okuhara and Yamaguchi, the 2 first. And Gunji won in 2019, and obviously Tomoka Miyazaki, who's had a little bit quicker rise to a senior career.
Yeah.
But Gunji, as Okuhara and Yamaguchi, not the tallest of athletes. She's a little bit taller than those two. I think she's 160. And yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit extra time to get used to senior badminton. And the fact that she was the World Junior Champion in 2019 is significant in my opinion, because we say that she's 22. Yes, that's correct. But sort of badminton-wise, I see her as only 20, because what happened after 2019, there was the pandemic. It was the 2 years where she should grow sort of into senior badminton.
And it was crushing for young players at that time.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Some of those young players who were just looking to keep that momentum going were just stopped dead in their tracks for 2.5 years. As you know, wherever you are watching around the world, all of us were. Whatever job you may hold, whether it's in broadcasting or whether it's a 9 to 5,
Oi.
you wouldn't have been affected.
A very nice shot, that one. I liked it. It just was a bit off the mark. Look at the racket action from Riko Gunji here. Very, very quick short release.
So she does have a plan. But then again, everybody has a plan.
Service over.
As Mike Tyson once famously said, everybody has a plan until they're punched cleanly in the face.
Yeah.
And so Young, well, can have a plan when you go up to her, but she's got the ability to punch cleanly in the face. Oh, beautiful touch from Anne. It's a bit wide, and she's looking over at her coaching staff.
4-all.
She knows she's gone a little bit wide twice now on that side. Same shot.
I think there's a little bit of sideways drift, left to right.
Well, the other thing An Se-young is very good at is adapting her game on the fly. Whether it's to the drift conditions or to her opponent, she has the ability to change what she's doing in micromillimeters
Service
if
over.
needed.
5-4.
But good to see her injury-free, just like her breakout year, which was 2023, where she was just steamrolling opposition.
Service over.
Again, backhand side this time, but heading to the right side, misses. It's a golden opportunity for young Riko Gunji. Well, I say young, she's 1 year younger than An Se-young. There's two young players on court right now. It's just An Se-young we've seen so much of in the last 2 years. She kind of plays above her years.
And that's an important point you're making there, June, because An Se-young, she could have played the World Juniors in 2019.
That's right.
But she didn't.
Glorious
Service
drop
over.
shot right to the feet
6-5.
of Riko Gunji. Perfection. Well, hats off to Gunji for engaging in the rallies. She's certainly coming here with the right mindset. Oh, just a bit light on the next shot.
7-5.
So An Se-young surges ahead. Not quite in the way we would have expected. It's mainly now from Gunji's errors.
What a deception.
Yeah,
8.
just
5.
Totally wrong-footed Riko Gunji.
I think the opponent and the whole venue just stood still while she just plugged it into the other side.
I kind of like the way that she's moved up, Riko Gunji, because she played a lot of international series tournaments or challenge tournaments last year.
Right.
Won 5 out of 8, and it gives you a lot of confidence. You get used to hearing the umpire say 20 match point, and you're holding the shuttle in your hand.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine. Psychologically, that's the reverse of
9.
being crushed. So 9-5.
Good shot.
It's really good to see her taking the fight to An Se-young, not settling back.
Good shot again.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
On wide. Love the hitting motion on that attack. Again, gets as much steepness as she can from the racket. Look at that. Not the tallest. We've already touched on that, but that doesn't mean you can't play sharp shots. Look at that. Lovely hitting motion there from Riko Gunji.
Well, it applies to all sports. If you're going to be the best, you have to beat the best. And so this is a good opportunity for Riko Gunji, even if she doesn't do it, to just see what it's like to play An Se-young, the world #1.
Yeah, that's true. That's to get a feeling of what you're up against.
What she needs to do.
What it needs to feel like when you're practicing. What kind of quality you have to have on your shots, on your movements.
fantastic
Service over.
reception from An Se-young. She just looks like she's going the other way. And then just drops it into front court.
Riko Gunji would have wished she played a short defense instead of the long one. That would have prevented An Se-young from continuing her overhead attack. There was the short one.
There's that wonderful movement.
Oi, what a great shot again.
Fantastic shot from Riko
Service
Gunji.
over.
Well placed,
7,
steep.
10.
And that we've seen that the steepness is the thing that can actually hurt An Se-young when she's playing against the player waiting for either of these two in the final, Wang Jiyi. Wang Jiyi's got that same kind of steepness in her attack.
Yeah.
That, some of the players are lacking a little bit, especially Kane Yamaguchi, because I mean, it's just there's some limits when you don't have the reach.
Yeah, exactly what you're talking about. Wang Jiyi was in fact dispatching some of those steep shots.
Oh, yeah,
Touch the
touched the
net.
net.
Service over.
Shame.
11,
That was
7.
looking like she's enjoying herself. That's important as well. Not overawed, but 11-7 at the break.
When she is come back return is okay. No need behind front. Now holding, then changing it. Because she is slow, don't know what is from behind from the give, then changing. Give, then changing. 이거 앞에다 붙여놓고 계속 이렇게 팽팽해서
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Patient, patient. No need messing with
No, get to the chair. Gunji, forward.
Oh, she's always patiently listening to her coaches.
7. Play.
First challenge coming.
Young challenge is called out.
Didn't get a good look at that, even from this side, but it's a good challenge.
Yeah, it is.
Correction in.
I just know that An Se-young has had a couple of troubles with the, as we see it, the right side. So she's been focusing a lot of attacks towards the left. The backline hasn't really been an issue so far. That was the first challenge. I was actually surprised she called that challenge because it looked in all the way. But she's definitely stayed away from this right side as we see it after those early misses. There was 3 misses on the right side. Gunji is trying to make a play into that side.
Wide again. And she's actually playing a really good rally there, Riko Gunji. I think Ronnie Agustinus, the
12.
Korean coach, was urging An Se-young to play a couple of lifts from the front court and then play a deceptive drop shot, but that hasn't been possible until now because Gunji has struck first, so to speak.
She's foiled the plans of An Se-young. That's the first step to getting
That's
a
good
result.
one. Last time she was fooled, not this time.
Completely to that left side. The forehand side of Gunji.
Stays in. I think the players are sensing there's some sideways drift. Perhaps a little bit more significant than the previous days, since they're playing that much in the left-hand side of the court.
So 29 shots, and Gunji will take a lot of encouragement from that. Not only can she stick out the long rallies, but she can come out on top. By playing the world number one, you're not only going to find out how the world number one plays, but you might just find out how you yourself play and what works for you. And if she turns into one of those long rally attrition-based players, so be it. She's already got the attacking goods. Maybe she needs to learn that skill. But either way, at her age, her exposure, as you said.
There was two concerning errors from Riko Gunji there from the forehand corner. The cross smash and now the disguised straight drop. So what's left now from that forehand corner? That's going to be interesting to see. What's she got in the bag of creative weapons?
Nine.
There's also the possibility that she just plays a better cross smash from her forehand next time, or a better disguised drop shot. Nice the way she attacks that low serve.
Frustration for Gunji.
9.
As Han Se-young closes in on game one.
Super net play by Han Se-young. 5 straight points now.
17.
Yeah, once she finds her rhythm, that's it. Point runs come very easily to Han Se-young if she can unlock the game and figure out what she needs to do, adapt her style, and you just see her taking off. Behind it all, of course, this wonderful footwork from Han Se-young. She's always in the right place at the right time.
18.
Is what shot she has to play. 18-9. 17 minutes on court, and things beginning to fall the world number one's way. Of course, she's going to have her eyes on the World Championships in Paris as well. Add that title if she can to her growing list of titles.
Defending champion, isn't she?
Yeah. 10, 18.
For her 2025 roster.
Japanese coaches, Shoji Sato in the blue there from the national team, and Yuichi Ikeda from her company team, Riko Gunji.
Service over. 19, 10.
Well, there are very few titles that Han Se-young hasn't won. She's won this one, 2023. I'd have to really check and really get detailed as to which ones she hasn't won. Oh, very nice.
Service over. 11,
too little,
19.
too late to rescue the game, you think? 1911. Very nice action. Wonderful shot. Even surprised An Se-young, who was standing right in front of it.
I think An Se-young thought it was going wide and deliberately left it.
Very good rally. Stretched.
Oi, what a defense. Fantastic rally.
Unbelievable. Instinctive reflex block
game point
from An Se-young.
And this is the type of rally that Riko Gunji has got to play on a consistent level. And do a little bit better.
Yeah. So 8 game points. Wide, and it's 21-12.
First
the
game
first
won
game.
by An Se-young, 21-12.
Your return here, sometimes it come back same place. See, straight very fast. Return, then changing process. Because you behind front is always straight. Sampai return ini bisa changing process.
오른쪽 코트 갖고 많이 하잖아. 근데 한 번 정도는 왔을 때 공격적으로 크게 한번 라운드를 한번 체크해야 돼. 그리고 전혀 코트를 별로 사용을 안 한다고. 아까 카트 하다 보면 아웃 나오니까 안전하게. 그러니까 끌고 간다고 생각을 하고 공격으로 바로바로 안 해도 돼. 지금. 그러니까 대신에 내가 가끔 앞에 탁 나오는 거 있다고 순간적으로.
でチャレンジしていって長めでもいいからつないでネット前高いところ取ってチャンスの時はもう内側でもいいから打ってその繰り返しを繰り返しね、だから今アウトに外になってるのやっぱ逃げてる気持ちが逃げてるもう一回
So back on court for
Second
game 2. Change of ends.
Level play.
An Se-young with the serve. Good pressure from Riko Gunji.
Service
Now,
over.
you said, and we've kind of confirmed, it hasn't been 100% confirmed, that the drift has changed on court 1, which means that Riko Gunji is now firing into the wind.
Changed compared to when...
Well, the start of the tournament.
Yeah,
so it's now coming...
the first couple of days. Yeah, I agree.
So if she is now firing into the breeze, we might see something different from Riko. Of course, An Se-young, as we know, would have adapted to both sides by now, 4 days in.
It's going to be very difficult for Riko Gunji, the way I see it. An Se-young looks really, really solid.
Yeah, as always.
Good shot quality. I said that a little bit too early.
Well, there have been 2 or 3 shots where she's gone a little bit wide, but generally speaking, 90%, I think 85 to 90% of her shots have been perfect quality. It's just those ones off on the left off the first game, and then now maybe she should have some trouble on, as she sees it, her left side. For us, it's her right side. It's our right side, her left side.
Serve over 2-all.
So it'll be interesting to see if An Se-young starts firing into this, as we see it, bottom right corner.
Yeah, and the thing is, how does Riko Gunji score her own points, because she can't rely on An Se-young making errors.
Yeah.
So she's got to make something happen herself, and that has been difficult as of late.
3-2.
That's very, very true. The very low error rate from An Se-young is one of her standout stats. And that's just in a normal game. I said if she was being pushed by the likes of Chen Yufei, or then she can still move into a different gear, as we saw yesterday. So
Boy, there was that one backhand deception again. So well executed. If you do it too early or too late, then you're in trouble. You've got to have the exact right timing on that double motion.
Interesting point, and you saw the bend of the shuttle right at the end there from Gunji's return.
Yeah.
Just a little indicator of that sideways drift that we were talking about. 5-2.
And we're still waiting to see how Gunji is scoring points on her own.
There she goes, immediately turns around to her coaches again. It's been that side of the court where she's just had a lot of struggles in controlling the wind.
And there can be the wind, but there can also be a little bit of the timing. If you end up turning the shoulder too much while you're hitting, then you're obviously going to have a bigger chance of playing it wide.
4-6.
Couple of quick fire errors from An Se-young, and Gunji is right back in it. But as we've said, these are An Se-young's mistakes.
An Se-young's mistakes, but I mean, they count just as much as when you score points yourself. So there's nothing wrong with sort of forcing. You can mentally force your opponent, or physically by sort of getting them tired or feel they have to rush the attack in the rallies and so on. But it's just very nice if you can score some points.
Well, you have more control over your destiny and future. If
there was one with the help of the top of the tape.
As you said, however she can get it, she'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, the other the other end of that is that we could also be saying, hey, there's no need to score all your points yourself. Points, errors made by your opponent is also valuable. So that's the more patient approach to it. But that's a good one. Good defense by Han Se-young.
Gunji's up to tempo, I've noticed. Trying to play much faster.
Yeah. And much more attacking.
Wow, what a great rally.
Service over.
And that's what Riko Gunji gets. Han Se-young also up to tempo and was in the exact right place to finish that off. She knew that Gunji had overcommitted herself, and there were just yards and yards of space behind her. All she had to do was find her opportunity to get that shuttle in. 7-6. The scoreline looks a lot closer in the second game, but really it is still Riko Gunji testing out Han Se-young's defenses
7-6.
more than anything else. But great learning experience for Gunji. Everyone has to pay the piper at some point. And in badminton, everyone has to play the piper at some point. The piper is most definitely Han Se-young. That's gone long.
8-6.
8-6, 2 points up.
Service over. 7-8.
Play there by Gunji.
Service over. 9-7.
First smash and then run immediately to the straight short pickup, because that's the by far most probable return of basically any opponent if you have good quality on that cross smash.
Comparable to the old serve volley in tennis. Such great extent years ago.
Interval.
So 11-7 at the break, and Se-young still ahead and having to work a little bit harder than usual.
괜찮아, only one stop. You give again. How many she want, you give. Don't worry. You cannot mistake. Don't worry.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Napping only Hana and then next again. How many she want, give.
So back on court.
11-7.
11-7, and what could be the conclusion of this match? Riko Gunji has never been ahead. She's tied it up at 6-all in the second game. And Han Se-young should power on from here. her 6th final of the year. 6th final that she has turned into.
Retrieval by Gunji, but the shot quality of An Se-young,
just
that
unbelievable.
is amazing.
Unbelievable. We'll have a look at it
That
again.
shot there, good retrieval. Get to that one as well with quality, Riko Gunji, but then just facing another great shot from An Se-young. That one, wow. From just above floor level.
Yeah. Unplayable shot at the end to finish it off.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
So 12-7.
12-7.
Light touch from Gunji. Once again, she's getting stuck into the rallies. She's certainly pushing An Se-young as much as she can.
Play. Nope, nope. The chance was not there. That's brilliant play by An Se-young, and Riko Gunji got a little bit ahead of herself. It's going to take a lot longer before the chance is going to be there. That's good play, but she's still in good balance, An Se-young. Able to counter the attack.
You need to
And
stretch
this
it so
is, she's up against the best player in the world, Riko Gunji, and it takes something extraordinary to score points.
long rallies, something special at the end of them as well. And I think what you said is true. I mean, get them off balance so that they're really stretching.
13-7.
Your opportunity will present itself. Well, that's what we said earlier. Riko Gunji is getting a very good idea now of the kind of rallies she has to play to win points against the likes of An Se-young. Of course, if she masters those rallies, that's brilliant.
Brilliant perception. We get it again. Look at how the body is pointing in a different direction of where she actually hits the shuttle, leaning towards the right-hand side of the court, playing it to the left hand.
It's gone long and wide.
And again, it's the same thing. You go for a chance, and you know you have to play it with the utmost accuracy, and you overdo it because the chance is not as big as it would have been against any other player.
Yeah.
Did it again.
15.
These two last mistakes, they're forced by An Se-young's previous display in defensive abilities and retrieval abilities. So Riko Gunji plays it a little bit too sharp.
So 15-8. And An Se-young closing in very quickly on her 6th final of 2025.
8.
Well, a brief respite for Gunji. She gets the serve back at 9-16. But An Se-young is upping her intensity. As Steen pointed out, her shot quality has just been impeccable last few rallies. She hasn't moved into strictly a second gear, but she's definitely maybe a half gear up against the newcomer on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Very well, that's 17-9.
17-9.
That's the kind of experience that you get from being on the tour. Just, well, one, of course, it is these wonderful venues that you get to with under the spotlights, with full TV coverage and all the fans in attendance. Go to some of the smaller tournaments, you can see the difference,
9.
especially from World Juniors up to Seniors. It is that glossy broadcasting angle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Brilliant, absolutely.
From An Se-young.
19-9. What a play.
Look where she leaped from.
Yeah, she kind of jumps into the line of play and still manages to control that arm and get the right shot off. It's almost as if each of her arms has her own separate brain trying to control where it needs to be. Saying that, she's hardly ever off balance.
10,
The likes
19.
of Chen Yufei and the top three, well, they'll definitely get her off balance during their matches, but she still manages to come through. Chen Yufei was yesterday, literally. Today, it's the fresh ex-World Junior Champion of Riko Gunji. 2 points away from the final now, Anne.
Oi, fantastic deception again.
Brilliant. Just the hold at the end, the tiny little hold. That's very impressive coverage by Gunji. Micro holds of the racket just at the end before she hits. The reception isn't just about the angle or the timing. It's also about where you are on court. 48-shot rally though. This is the kind of statistic that Gunji can be happy with. Make the world number one wait 48 shots to score the point, but 10 match points after 42 minutes. And it's looking like An Se-young has indeed made herself, got herself into her 6th final of 2025. Her success rate, her completion rate is just in another galaxy. What a cross-court winner. 21-12, 21-10. And An Se-young has done it again. 43 minutes, which comparatively is actually a compliment to Riko Gunji.
Match won
An Se-young is more than capable of dispatching you
21-10.
in 26, 30 minutes flat. But she was pushed in a lot of these rallies. She was playing well. She's not injured. And she's made her way through.
Fantastic display of shot quality from this lady. What a match.
And there's confirmation of it. 21-12, 21-10, 43 minutes. An Se-young is through to the women's singles final. Coming up next, Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning, defending champions in the women's doubles, up against Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian.
DAIHATSU Japan World Badminton Championships, part of HSBC BWF World Tour, Semifinals.
Welcome back to the Tokyo Metropolitan